with your palate cleansers. Show me what you got.
Welcome in, everybody, to a brand new episode of Audionots, your pop culture palate cleanser. Today's episode is going to be the happiest podcast on earth because we're going to be talking about Investor Day at Disneyland. Yeah. I'm so stoked.
It makes up for like 2020.
I was kind of shocked that they released so much information all at once rather than a little bit at a time.
Maybe we just wanted that happy end of the year Christmas joy, you know?
Yeah, no, they're like trying to wake everybody up and say, hey, look at all this good stuff that's coming, and it's coming down the pipeline quick.
It's like, hang in there, you matter. Just wait, be patient.
Once again, this is Audionots. I am Eric Oldboy, online with the infamous Mr. Rin, inspired by Disney Star Wars himself. What did do? What else have you been up to?
Oh, you know, living the life, man. Working, designing, taking care of my fish.
Nice.
Watching shows, doing lots of photography now.
Tell me about the photography.
I'm like legit becoming a photographer.
Just like that. I love it. I've seen some of your pictures too. It is legit.
Yeah, I still need to post up on our socials. I've been too little occupied.
Nice. Yeah, I want to once I get my camera equipment, I'm going to have to learn from you since you're becoming the master.
Oh, yeah. No, the apprentice becomes the master.
That's awesome. You do any cool photos lately? Are you just doing portraits of people or any still images?
Right now it's just more people portraits. I've been asking my family members and friends, hey, anybody want some free photography sessions? I need models, damn it, you know.
Yeah, good practice.
Yeah,
everybody wins.
Yeah, they're comfortable. I get models to showcase my work, so it's a win-win for everybody.
Nice. So you let me know when you're ready to do some tasteful nudes, and I'll come over.
All right.
Okay.
We could start with some lewds first.
Oh, some lewds, and those could be the first ones you wanted to put them on our social media. It'll just be a bunch of real gross pictures. The pictures will be fantastic, but because they're of me in the buff, not being buff.
So Audionots OnlyFans coming soon.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be hot news.
Yeah. I see your rooms changing every time we podcast.
Yeah. So we are our nerd gym is coming together. We got a shelf over here where we're starting to put our goodies. We got some baby Yodas and some lightsabers. Here we have a signed blazer cap that's been signed by all sorts of dudes.
Whoa.
So yeah, I think we had Nurk and we had what else do we even have?
Did you get CJ?
CJ, yeah, we got CJ, Zach Collins.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're just gonna collect all of our stuff.
Yeah, check it out. We're in Portland.
Portland, let's go. Portland Trailblazers in the house. And then we hung a TV in the back. We're gonna put so we've decided to put a shelf underneath the TV, and we're gonna load it with every video game system ever made because I'm a hoarder. And I've literally been keeping these video game systems since I was an itty bitty kid in a box. So I have everything from the 2600, the Atari 2600, up to today's stuff.
What a hoard.
Yeah, it's going to be dope. And we're going to set them all up, and then we'll play them by era. So we'll play the best games of each era.
Whoa. You lie, because we cannot get PS5s or Xbox Series X.
That's true.
At all.
So no brand new stuff, only last generation.
Yeah. We're pretty up to date then, huh?
Yeah, but if there's any fans out there that really like us and you want to send us a PS5 or an Xbox, let's go. Send them out our way. We'll happily accept them to give promos to you.
I never know which one's Xbox. Is it Series S, Series X, or which one's the newest one? I don't get it.
I think there's two, right? Isn't it the S the kind of the cheaper one and the X is the more expensive one? I don't know. They both look like speakers you hang on your wall in a gymnasium.
Yeah, whoever's in charge of naming at Microsoft sucks, man. They overcomplicate things.
Well, it's a bunch of math geeks at Microsoft. Yeah. So everything they do is really linear and to the point.
And then you get Microsoft 365. Why?
Who knows?
I like that PlayStation, the new ones. PlayStation 5. That's the newest one.
You know which one it is. There's been 5. This is the 5th model.
Let's see. Your background is fishes.
Yeah. So for right now, the TV is on like a screensaver, and it's like a fish tank.
Nice.
I'm modeling it after you, even though for all the Audionots out there, Rin is finally hooking me up with some beta fish.
Yeah.
I got a real fish tank getting installed this weekend downstairs, and we're gonna get some fish loaded up, so we'll both have them.
Yeah, I got this customer. Shout out to her.
Nice.
She got my other, like, so I have a lot of females, right?
Mhm.
And so I posted one of my males that was extra, like, this one's ready to go. And then she's the one that wanted it, and she picked it up, sold it for 25 bones. Let's go.
Nice. That's some good monies.
Yeah. I mean, in the beginning, I was like, I'm gonna get so many males, $25 each. Making
You're like,
bank.
I'm gonna be rich.
And then when they all grew up, they're like 5, almost 6 months now, and they're all females, dude. I got like 10 males.
It's like 600 females and 10 males.
Yeah.
Crazy. I wonder if that's always the way it is.
Yeah. And so she bought the male, and then she came back and she was like, I kind of want to get some females too. And I told her in the whole, you gotta get 1 or 4 or something, you know?
Right.
And then she ended up getting like 6.
I love it. It's awesome.
And then the next day, she's like, you know what? I need another tank in my reading room.
Oh.
And so she said she gonna get more. She came back again and got another 6. I'm like, damn. I love it.
I love it. That lady's house must be dope. There's a fish tank in every room.
Yeah, I'm glad I could show off my hobby to other people and they enjoy it too, you know. So
yeah, that's super cool. I love it. What have you been watching? You been watching anything good on TV lately?
Oh, dude, I've been solely watching Clone Wars.
Man, you're still cranking away.
Yeah, it's so long.
What episode are you on?
I'm on season 6.
Oh, okay. And I think you said offline that you just saw the introduction of the Bad Batch.
Yeah, so I finished watching Yoda train to become ghosts, Force ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it was the Bad Batch. And they introduced the Bad Batch, all the characters that's going to be in the upcoming show in that episode.
Yeah, and you had a really good point about how there was this whole episode arc of Yoda being trained to be a Force ghost, and he's like the master of everything. How these other fools become Force ghosts without having to go through all the training? Yeah,
dude went to like 3 planets to try to learn how to Force ghost, you know? And then Qui-Gon Jinn was like Force ghosting, teaching him how to do things. It's kind of weird. He went through all these like tests to see if he is, you know, the light side sort of thing. And at the end, he overcame the darkness and mastered that. So,
which makes even less sense than the Anakin had no issues, seeing as how he was dark side for so long. You're like, oh, I've changed my mind. Okay, I'm a Force ghost.
And it's like, when did Obi-Wan learn how to do it? Dude just went, like Thanos.
He just snapped into his Force ghost.
You know, in the original Return, was Anakin a ghost at the end, or was that add-on later?
So in the original one, there was a Force ghost of Darth Vader, but it was some old man that they had playing the part. And then later on, they changed it. They went back and they remastered it to have Anakin,
the young one, right?
Totally weird.
Yeah.
No one else went back to their young version. Like Yoda was still, old dead Yoda. Obi-Wan, and so it was strange.
So it's like,
how come Obi-Wan wasn't Ewan McGregor?
Yeah. So when you become Ghost, you get to choose what you look like.
Your avatar.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I want to be my young avatar.
But yeah, the Bad Batch was introduced in that episode, and basically they're a RPG game. You know those like old school games where one's like an archer, one's has
everybody's got sword. One skill.
Yeah. So like one's like the muscle guy, one's the sharpshooter, one's a technician, sort of thing. So everybody has their own skill. And
I like those kind of shows.
Yeah, it's funny how they reference like Rex in them as Reg. Nice job, Reg.
You regular. You bunch of regs.
Yeah.
So funny.
So they're like the Bad Batch, but they're like the special Bad Batch. So it's kind of funny.
They're the Bad Batch that weren't exactly like everybody, but they each came out with one very specific skill.
Yeah.
One guy's just huge. You're like, I'm yoked.
Yeah, it's funny because they have different skills and yet they look different too.
Yeah, they don't look like the normal clones.
Yeah, because when Rex first saw them, Rex like, "Are those clones?"
I'm like, these bitches ain't clones.
One dude looked straight up like Rambo, dude.
It's true.
Yeah, with the red bandana and everything, dude.
Yeah, totally true. That's so funny. Well, since we're talking about TV, let's do it. Let's start the show officially and get into the healthy stream. Okay, so I think on this episode that the majority of the things we're going to talk about is it's going to be an all Disney all the time. We're like Disney shills today, and we're going to go over all this amazing Disney news. But I had a few couple things outside of Disney that I wanted to touch on before we moved on to all of it. Number one was I just want to tell everybody that I rented the buddy games. We talked about that last episode, and so I told everybody I'd give a review. And sure enough, it's a pretty stupid movie, but it's pretty funny. So it's exactly what you think it would be. They show you all the best parts in the trailer. The one part that really got me, though, if you've seen the trailer, is when they have the stakes tapped to their heads and they stick in their heads through the holes.
Yeah.
And the game that they're playing is called Enter the Dragon.
Yeah.
And
Komodo dragon.
Yeah, the Komodo dragon comes walking down, and they all start panicking and freaking out. But that scene was so good. So that scene lasted in the trailer. They show you maybe 10, 15 seconds of it. In the movie, you get a solid 5 minutes of just hilarity. So that was by far the best part. But there was a lot of cringy moments, a lot of stupid moments. So I would say that it would be an enjoyable watch if you can watch on something you're already paying for. So if it ends up showing up on Netflix and you already have Netflix, then yeah, watch it. But I wouldn't even waste the $3.99 to rent it like I did.
So you risk your life to go to Redbox?
No. So here's the thing. So I always get those Redbox coupons, right? They always send you, hey, we'll give you $2 off if you rent a movie. And now they've realized that nobody wants to go touch those COVID boxes in the middle of a dirty store.
Yeah.
And so you can use that same coupon for the on demand. So I added the app just like here on my Roku, and I jumped on there, and it's really cool. Anybody that has any streaming service, this is one thing I learned. I had no idea that had been sitting there all this time. Is the Redbox app is dope. Not only does it have all the movies, so it has all the rental stuff. It's got all the brand new movies. So you know how we always talk about, I wonder where you rent this like movie theater movie for $19.99. Redbox. It has a whole movie theater on demand section. It's got the cheap rentals, and you can use your coupon. So when I got it, it was like $1.99 for this movie. And then the thing I had no clue it had is it has an entire thing of live TV. Like,
what?
Yeah, it looks like satellite TV. I bet you there's 70 channels. I was like, what the frig is this? And so I didn't spend a ton of time on it because we were going to watch the movie. But like, if anybody just has streaming service and they want to rock some free TV, it's like Pluto. So it's just tons of free channels. So if you've never used the Redbox app and you've got a Roku or an Amazon Fire Stick, I highly recommend you download it. It's free to download. The on-demand TV is all free to watch, and it's pretty cool.
Blockbuster killer itself.
Yeah, it is. So I thought that was pretty neat. So yeah, that was kind of all I really had, other than I wanted to mention too that they announced that HBO Max finally showed up on the Roku, since we're talking about Roku.
Yeah.
So you can finally watch it. And then before we get too deep into this whole Disney Investor Day stuff, I want to talk about our reviews of the last couple Mandalorians, because we seem to be doing these because of different things going on in our personal lives. We've been going every other week rather than every week. And so I think we're 2 episodes behind.
Yeah.
Like every episode, we're like, oh yeah, we got 2 episodes to talk about. And the last 2 episodes I thought were super good. I mean, they just somehow, other than that one kind of weird episode that was directed by, Creed from Rocky.
Carl Weathers. Yeah,
that was kind of take it or leave it. I feel like every episode has been just showing the next one. It's like, this is this good. And the next one, this one's this much better. Then this one's even better. And just keeps getting better.
Yeah, you got Robert Rodriguez.
Oh my God. So good. And Robert Rodriguez is one of my favorite directors ever since Desperado.
So, which one did we miss? The one with Boba? Oh, shoot. Yeah, Boba and...
So I think the 2 episodes that we need to talk about are the
Oh
one where
yeah,
Baby Yoda's like getting zapped into like the beam. He looks like he's gonna join Star Trek, and he's like trying to like and he's trying to find Ezra or some other Jedi, right? And Boba and Mando and the girl, what's her name? Finnick?
Fa Mulan.
Yeah, Fo Malan. We thought she was dead, and so what?
She's not
Spoil-
dead. Yeah.
yeah, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen this episode, she ain't dead. She came back with all sorts of robot guts.
Yeah.
And is she like a robot, a cyborg, or what is she exactly? Do we
Nah,
know?
I think she's human. And then you know how she showed her stomach,
Yeah.
and it looked like when Anakin or whoever lost their hand
Right.
showed their arms, it looked like that. So it's kind of like that technology.
So they just like replace your guts with like robot parts.
Yeah, this is the beginning of cyberpunk.
But yeah, that episode was dope. That was probably my favorite episode. Like every time we have an episode, like Ahsoka's episode was the best episode I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Dude's getting to see Boba Fett roll out there. He's a little chubby. He's like,
Yeah.
this is how it started. This is how it is now.
Yeah,
Kind of
he's like
one of those-
dad bod Boa.
Yeah, he's Dad Boba, and he just rolled in there though. And unlike Dad Boba, he can still kick ass. He's like going around shooting everybody, kicking people
Yeah.
down. Like there's like missiles launching out of his knee. There's all sorts of stuff happening.
Yeah, they're saying that was the first time he ever used the knee missiles.
Yeah,
And it was only mentioned in like the book that tells you descriptions of it.
okay, so it was canon, but we'd never seen it canonized on TV.
Yeah, because it's funny because like when he first came out, he was like so BA compared to episode 1 with what's his face, Joel from Santa Clarita.
Right.
So wanky.
Boba Vance Nash or whatever his name was.
But the real Boba came and was like so cool and starts killing everybody.
Oh my god, yeah, the fight scene in that was amazing. We got to see Moff Gideon show back up and be like a super meanie and take Baby Yoda. And oh yeah, we got to see finally what the Dark Death Troopers or wherever those are.
Yeah, Dark
Death?
Troopers.
Dark, yeah.
Dark Troopers.
Yeah, the Dark Troopers are like, and they flew in and snatched him away.
I was yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and we saw the end of Mando's ship.
Oh
They-
yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah, the
Razor Crest.
Razor Crest. They blew the hell out of that thing.
Yeah, like when they do the trailers for Mando, they're like, "Slow down, Razor Crest." Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it was kind of sad. I mean, that's a cool ship, and they probably won't give him another one like that. He'll maybe get a new one eventually, but not like that.
At the very end there was a foreshadow, right?
What was it?
At the very end, the ship's blown up,
Mhm.
and all he got was his
His little stick
Vescar,
shift?
Vescar
Oh, his spear.
spear,
Yeah.
and then you know how the Asian lady or whatever she is fought Ahsoka with it.
Yeah.
It was going neck to neck with the lightsabers, so it's gonna be his spear. No,
Oh,
spear
versus Dark Saber.
versus dark saber. Dude, it's gonna be dope.
Yeah, you're right. You're right on. I bet.
Yeah.
That is gonna be cool. And then in the next episode, what was the next episode? I'm trying to remember what the. Oh yeah, this is the one where they get Bill Burr back.
Yeah.
What's his character's name?
I forget.
I forget too. But Bill Burr kind of surprised me because I've always known him before this show as a stand-up comedian, and he's the one that's like, "It was my own personal hell." That guy. And so to see him like be a pretty decent actor, I was super impressed with Bill Burr.
Bill Burr's probably like, "Hey, I just want you to be Bill Burr."
Yeah. And then the biggest reveal, God, hold on, my mic's giving me trouble. The biggest reveal, spoiler alert, if you have not seen the most latest episode, you
Shame on you.
Yeah, mute for just a second. Is we finally saw Mando take off his helmet. We got to see Pedro in all of his glory.
He was really in there.
Yeah, he was like all sad, and then he was like, as soon as that mask came off, it was interesting. Like his whole demeanor changed. I really liked the way he played the part because he's always kind of like this confident badass, is just to the point.
Yeah,
and he's been in this, he's been wearing this mask his entire life, and then he decides that he cares more about the child Gogurt, that he decides to take off his mask so he can get the directions he needs. and he becomes totally unconfident, and he's like weird and kind of awkward all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And Bill Burr, this is when Bill Burr's acting super kicks in, like, cause he's getting frustrated. Like, he's so pissed off at this general they end up sitting down with, and it was just a really well acted scene.
Yeah, I think the whole episode was like a build up to that moment, because no, during like, for example, that car scene where Bill Burr's like, "Yo, why you not taking that off?" You know?
Yeah, take it
Like,
off. You've seen that people do it now.
Yeah, it's like you took it off to wear that helmet. How come you just take it off?
Yeah, he's like, what's the rule? Is it you
Yeah.
can't take off that helmet, or you just can't show your face?
Yeah, yeah. And then it's kind of like, people complain so much, dude. I swear, they're like, "How does Mandalorian have a mustache?" Like, so stupid.
Why couldn't he have a mustache if
Yeah.
that's his thing?
It's like, yo, you know how he eats, right? He showed you. He takes it off, drinks the
Yeah.
suit, puts it back on. Before he goes to sleep, he probably takes it off, showers or something.
Yeah, I mean, he's cleaning up and shaving,
Yeah.
and that's the look he wants. That's a
Yeah.
weird thing to complain about.
Yeah, people find anything and everything to complain about, man.
Yeah, well, I like that episode. I thought it was really well done, and I can't believe tomorrow, and everybody, by the time you listen to this, you'll have seen it, the very last episode of the
I
season.
know. Do we know that it's only 8?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They're not going to give us like a Christmas special?
That'd be cool, but I haven't heard anything about that. So,
Ma Fabro, give us one more.
I mean, they're working on a Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, so nothing's out of the ordinary anymore.
What happens if, like, the very end, you see a glimpse of Ezra?
Oh man, that would be sweet. What do you think's gonna happen if you're predicting the very last episode? Do you think he actually saves Baby Gogurt in that episode, or do you think it's something that's like a cliffhanger for next season?
Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that because I don't really want this to go towards Ahsoka story, because I want to be on its own. But if this story builds up Gogurt to become like the Sith Lord,
right,
and it shows you Ezra at the end, and then that's gonna be that story, and it's gonna converge at one point where they fight each other. It's like, dude, sign me up.
Yeah, and I can't wait. I think the one thing I really liked about this season is they haven't been afraid to give the fans what they've been wanting, and they're tying everything together. And it's like when we fan cast stuff and when we fan out about stuff, and we were like, imagine how cool it'd be if this happened, and that's never the way it is.
Yeah,
this is like the one show where every crazy thing we thought of, Favreau and Filoni have already thought of, and they're like making it happen for us.
Yeah, fan service, man.
I love it.
There's nothing wrong with that, dude.
No, don't let anybody tell you there is, because it's great.
I mean, Disney Plus has this only for the first year that they launched.
I know. It's a good thing they've done it well. But speaking of Disney Plus, I think this is the perfect opportunity to jump into this whole Disney Investor Day. Need affordable graphic design? VisualAntiDesign.com should be your first stop. High quality work at low prices. Perfect for every need from corporate to personal. Visit VisualAntiDesign.com now and request your free quote. And for a limited time, mention Audionots for 10% off your first project. So Disney, because they couldn't do the big shebangs that they normally do, so they had this investor day where I'm assuming because of the term of it, they're talking to the people who've invested in Disney.
Yeah.
And they go over all the things, and you start to realize, oh my God, Disney owns so much stuff. Yeah, there was some of the stuff that they brought up that I completely forgot that they owned Ice Age. I'm like, Ice Age? That's not a Disney movie. It is now. Or Aliens. I'm like, what the hell? Alien? Oh yeah, that's right. It's owned by Disney now. And so you don't think about those sorts of things. But man, I have this list, so we can kind of go over all the things that they've kind of introduced to us. The first being they gave us a new trailer. What's your mug say?
Oh,
something spicy.
Keep it spicy.
Keep it spicy. I was looking over here, then out of the corner of my head, I see spicy. I'm like, what the hell is that?
It's like a sriracha cup.
Yeah, sriracha colors. That's a big ass cup too. What are you drinking? Is that vodka?
Just tea.
Oh man, you should have said vodka. Okay, so WandaVision, they gave us a brand new trailer, like a much more
detailed too.
Yeah, we know kind of what's going on now, and it looked fantastic. WandaVision is officially coming out January 15th, so we're less than a month away to finally getting our first Marvel TV show that they've been promising us for a year. Wanda
gave me like multiverse vibes.
And that's what I've heard, is that somehow it's connecting. to Doctor Strange, maybe even Spider-Man a little bit. There's a couple characters that are like being pushed through all the stuff.
Right, because it's smart because they're not. You don't have to stick to like one story. There's so
Right.
much going on that you could just, kind of like show this real quick and be gone with it and tease the audience, sort of thing.
Well, I think the thing that they're doing well, or Kevin Feige does really well, is he's happy to give the hardcore fans a universe that everything lives in. It all connects and ties together, and that's what
Yeah.
Filoni's doing now with Star Wars. Um, but at the same time, you can watch any one thing independently and still enjoy it without watching the
Right.
rest.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, WandaVision looks dope.
It's like the Power Rangers, you're really strong by themselves, but when they come together and form that Megazord,
Yeah, there's straight Megazord. That's a hot Enos Cantor quote.
yeah.
The second trailer they gave us was the full trailer for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and that's coming out in March. What did you think about
Finally.
that? Yeah, I know. That
Yeah.
looks cool too.
Yeah, for me, it was like a buddy cop movie.
Yes,
But yeah.
you said that to me. I'm like, oh, you're right. It's like Lethal Weapon with superheroes.
Yeah, with Mel Gibson and Donald
Glover. Yes.
Yeah. And then they even made a joke, right? You said, like, getting too old for this.
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's clear that they know what they're kind of playing. The tone and everything. But the special effects also looked really good for a TV show. It's like, wow, look at the Falcon flying around, doing all of his stuff.
Yeah, it's like he's flown so much that we never seen him flown that much before. Like a bird, dude. Like,
yeah,
he has wings. He flies better than Iron Man. Like, damn.
It was incredible. So yeah, it was kind of neat because I like that they've taken two almost like secondary characters. One's when you're watching, because they're always like, Winter Soldier had Captain America. So you watch Captain America for Captain America. And, oh yeah, there's the Winter Soldier. He does a thing. And then you'd watch it and say, oh, there's the Falcon. He does a thing. And now all of a sudden they're saying, okay, we're going to combine these guys and make one really good show. And it's neat to see these side characters get to grow.
Yeah. Fun fact: I've seen Winter Soldier in real life.
Oh, you have? At like a Comic-Con, or just like came over and had some tea?
He came over to my house and we chilled for a bit. And I was like, "Are you the? Yeah, are you the White Wolf or what do they call him? Something like that."
I think it was something like that.
Yeah. No, he came to one of our Portland Comic Cons. Was it Wizard World maybe?
Yeah, Wizard World.
My sisters they got to take a picture of him. It was pretty cool.
Did he look anything like a young Luke Skywalker?
Kind of here and there.
Because we keep hearing that's another fan cast thing that's happening a lot. Is like, because there's been rumors that Luke Skywalker may show up in all these Star Wars shows, and they're saying that they may recast him with the Winter Soldier Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Yeah, if they can make it work, I'd buy into it. I mean, it took me a long time, and I'll have to be honest, to get used to the young Han Solo. But I finally got used to it. I've seen that movie about 3 times now. And the first time I saw that movie, I thought, this is okay, but I'm so mad that they couldn't get someone to look just like Han Solo. And then finally my brain got used to it and let me move on from the fact that they didn't look the same. And I enjoyed it much more.
Well, is it because you like Harrison Ford as an actor more than you like Mark Hamill as an actor?
Yeah, probably. Because Mark Hamill hasn't done jack squat other than Luke Skywalker.
So you could just be like, it's fine,
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. The other trailer that they gave us was Loki. I was like,
oh yeah,
crap. The Loki trailer of those 3, WandaVision, Falcon, and Loki. I think the Loki one may have got me the most torqued because I'm like, holy smokes, this is awesome. We found out that he is DB Cooper. I thought that was like, what the heck? This is awesome.
Yeah. I watched it with my wife, and my wife is like the biggest Tom Hiddleston fan.
Sure.
And then I saw this meme where they're like, me after watching the Loki trailer, and then like it's these girls like fanning their skirts. I was like, that's you, dude.
That movie, or excuse me, movie
show
looks like a movie. Yeah, this TV show looks like a movie. you forget how good of an actor Tom Hiddleston is. Like
He is.
He takes it to like a whole nother level, and maybe that's what makes it feel even more like a movie than even the other ones. But that looks so good. I'm really excited to see what they do with the character, how they develop that story. The fact that they even cut a couple scenes from the movies in the trailer when he picks up the little cube thing and like disappears, and like, whoa, this is awesome.
Well, that's the thing. We get that Loki. We don't get the present day Loki. We get the past Loki.
Yeah, the one before he like had some like self improvement and became a better guy.
Yeah. We got the Loki.
Yeah, the King of Mischief or the God of Mischief, wherever he's
Yeah.
supposed to be. That's the Loki everybody likes, anyways.
And so it kind of seemed like he gets into like some kind of like time police where just like the time and space headquarters sort of thing, right? And
it almost reminded me, I don't know, did you see the last episode of Future Man? It reminded me.
I never watched.
Oh shoot, you gotta go back. So the last season of Future Man was actually really good. I thought the middle season was, but yeah, it was like there's a whole time police thing in that one too, run by Seth Rogen.
Yeah,
so you're right. It was similar to that.
Yeah, they showed that at the very end of season 2, so I know that much. Yeah, it looks like that where they're like trying to fix time, and he gets to become like all these different characters. Showcasing his like amazing talent of an actor that he is.
Yeah. So yeah, Loki looks dope. I'm super pumped of all of them. That one, does it say okay, May of 2021? So that's not too far away either.
Yeah.
Next they teased some more Hawkeye to us. Is premiering on Disney Plus in late fall, so we're gonna get that in the fall of 2021. The studio also confirmed that Haley Steinfeld, will be appearing in the series as Kate Bishop. We mentioned that last episode, so we kind of knew that was going to happen, but it was nice for them to kind of grow all the ideas there.
Yeah, and show us like stills from it too.
Yep. We talked about, I think, the last episode how we saw Haley and we saw Pizza Dog and Clint and all those things going on. So yeah, it's cool. They also gave us this was the surprise trailer for me, where Loki was my favorite trailer of the ones we've seen. The What If trailer, like I knew it was coming, and they talked about it. And from the beginning, I was like, I don't know. Like I liked What If comics when I was a kid. I used to read the What If comic, and I was like, I'm not sure if I'll like it as much because it's an animated series. And then I saw the animation, and I thought, I wouldn't be shocked if this ends up being one of my favorite ones because it looks amazing.
Yeah, it gave me like a Spider-Verse vibes, like that type of like excitement for an animation.
Yeah, and the beauty of the What If concept is anything goes. So everything you think you know about the universe doesn't matter because What If is literally what the title says. What if
this happened?
Replaced, Star-Lord. That's kind of what if Captain America was a zombie. And so they started to like play out all those ideas. And the What If comic ran for quite a while, so there's a cornucopia of stories they can tell.
So you think it's gonna be like a miniseries, just like short episodes of?
Yeah, I think it'll be an anthology. So I don't think necessarily any episode has to tie to the next, unless it's a longer story that they need to get over a couple episodes. I feel like you're gonna get a bunch of short stories.
It kind of seemed like they had Doctor Strange be the like the backbone of the storyline, because Doctor Strange seemed like he was Doctor Strange,
right?
Everything else like it was different.
I mean, that's one thing they could do if they wanted to make it feel like it's still connected to the universe somehow. Because what if the comic was completely out there? It had nothing. Whatever Spider-Man did and What If had nothing to do with Spider-Man in any of the other comics or any of the characters. And so I guess the one thing they could do if they chose to is they could have, because they're introducing the multiverse of madness, is they could have kind of Doctor Strange be that connector where he's just going in and out of all sorts of different dimensions and seeing the weirdness of these characters. And so it's still connected, but not really connected.
Right. Just like in Endgame and Infinity War.
Where he's like, and seeing all the possibilities.
Yeah. He's seeing all the what ifs.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of what ifs.
Yeah.
So yeah, What If I think is going to be the surprise hit of 2021 that none of us are expecting.
Yeah, I had to tell that to my wife. She's like, "Wait, what's happening? Why is that happening?" I was like, everything that you know now, you just take it off the books.
Yeah, It says here in the little description that they're actually using wherever they could the actual voices of the actors that played the parts.
Oh,
So
nice.
when you see Captain America, it's actually Chris Evans, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I know that's pretty neat.
because Agent Carter looks just like Agent Carter in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's the other thing I noticed too is Marvel has so many characters to choose from that they're really able to start bringing in all these side characters or cartoons or animated characters we've never even heard of or paid attention to because they were smaller stuff. But they've proven they've built such a strong world that they can bring just about any character in and make it kind of cool.
Yeah, they proved it with Guardians.
Oh yeah, proven in full. And speaking of that, Feige also announced that there are 3 new series coming to Disney Plus. Ironheart, to star Dominique Thorne. She's an engineering protege, Riri Williams. Armor Wars, which examines one of Tony Stark's biggest fears, stars Don Cheadle, so it's cool that he's coming back, who is reprising his role of Colonel James Rhodes. And then Secret Invasion. I'm so excited for Secret Invasion. I'm curious if you're excited for it because you don't like the fact that it stars Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson, reprising his role as the S.H.I.E.L.D. director alongside Ben Mendelsohn's Skull shapeshifter Talos. They haven't given release dates for these, so I think these are further down the road, 2022, 2023. But what did you think of those 3 titles?
Just like what you said, Secret Invasions. I'll probably watch it for the sake of watching it. And the other 2, I have no idea I don't have any expectations at all.
The one thing about Secret Invasion is I did read the comic book series. Secret Invasion is one of those ones kind of like Infinity War that spanned over a bunch of different comics, and it was really well done. So I like the fact that they're doing that, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were able to carry that into the movies. So this could be the Secret Invasion TV show may actually kick into like the big thing that's happening in Phase 4. So I think that could be really cool. As far as the basic like War Machine TV show, I'm like, okay, I don't know about that one. I'll take it or leave it. It sounds good. But the Ironheart one, I knew zip about that character because that came out way after my comic book day. So I did a little research, and it's basically the new version of Iron Man. So we've been talking about who's gonna be the next Iron Man. Well, Riri Williams, that's hard to say, is gonna be the new Iron Man, and she calls herself Ironheart.
All the people out there are like, why is it a woman and why is she black?
And they're so mad, and that's what the character's been from the beginning. So I guess Ironheart debuted and is really new compared to most of the stuff, like 2015, 2016. So it's only like a handful of years old. And from the very beginning, she I guess was like an engineering student, and she was super into what Tony Stark was doing. So she tried to build her own costume similar to his, to the point where he actually ended up hearing about her and came and visited her and shared technology. And so she basically is Tony Stark Iron Man knockoff.
Yeah, I mean her armor looked pretty cool too, so I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be good. It's fun for them to like explore these things, and I don't know why everybody gets so butthurt about things being different. It's like, it's okay, guys. It's not gonna take anything away from what you already like.
Yeah, we're getting more content and be happy.
Yeah, I keep seeing all these people like, you're gonna have Marvel burnout or Star Wars burnout. Like, I get it, but relax. It's like, it's really simple. You don't have to watch it all. If you're into it like I am, I'm gonna watch it all. Yeah. But if you're not into it, don't watch it. It's that simple.
And everything doesn't revolve around you.
Yeah, I know. Most people don't understand that. It's not today's society.
Disney's trying to work, make new shows for upcoming kids. They have a whole audience besides you, man.
Yeah, I think that's all these grown-ass old men living in their mom's basement don't realize is they don't want to appeal to just you. Shocking, I know. So Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige also gave some casting updates on the already announced Moon Knight, She-Hulk, and Miss Marvel. Notably, Tatiana Maslany will be playing the lead role in She-Hulk. Mark Ruffalo's Bruce Banner will also appear, while in Miss Marvel star Iman Vellani is Kamala Khan, and she will also appear in Captain Marvel 2. Feige noted that the shows will continue to interweave with the greater cinematic universe. So that's cool. So that's one thing we've never really seen one of these television movie universes do, is really interweave the shows with the movies.
Right.
And even though it's not on here because they didn't officially announce it, it almost sounds like a certainty that Daredevil, Charlie Cox is being brought back and he'll be interweaved through all this stuff too.
Oh yeah, can't wait. He's my favorite Daredevil.
So good. Marvel Studios is also working on a new Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. We kind of hinted on that earlier for Disney Plus. That's due out in 2022. It'll be directed by James Gunn, a holiday special directed by James Gunn. The special will film alongside the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, also directed by Gunn and is set for release in 2023. There's also an I Am Groot series of short films starring Groot. I mean, I think that was a cartoon, or maybe it's going to be straight up like 3D animation. It's hard to tell because it was just a picture.
It'd be so funny if like the Groot movie is just him saying I am Groot the whole time, you know, like
it's like Minions.
Yeah, like when Pikachu speaks, all he says is Pikachu the whole time, and they understand what he's saying. Pikachu,
Pikachu. I am Groot. Feige confirmed that Black Panther 2 will not, in fact, recast the late Chadwick Boseman's King T'Challa. The film will be set to be directed by Ryan Coogler, is still set for July 2022. A third Ant-Man movie, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, which, by the way, I'm super stoked by that silly name.
Quantumania?
Quantumania feels very Thor Ragnarok-y to me. Yeah. So I'm like, let's go. Because if there was anybody built for funny superheroes, it's Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Quantumania is officially in development. Peyton Reed will return to direct, as will Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Michael Douglas, and Michelle Pfeiffer. Quantumania will also introduce Jonathan Mayers as Kang the Conqueror. We talked about that last time. He's our friend from Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's one of Marvel's biggest villains. So there's some talk that he will be in that film and he'll carry through multiple films. He may be the new Thanos.
And you're saying that Ant-Man 3 is going to be the introduction of the Fantastic
Four. That was another thing that they told us we were going to finally get is new Fantastic Four. All we saw was the logo. So there's all sorts of mad fan casting happening on the Twitters right now with Fantastic Four. If you're casting it right now, and step aside for just a second, don't pick the obvious choice that Twitter's been saying, you know, Jim from The Office and his wife. Who else would be a good Fantastic Four castmate?
Oh, you mean like Mr. Fantastic himself?
Yeah.
Or the other two?
Any of them. Which one who's the actor you want to see in Fantastic Four and what part will they play?
I made a list already. I made a little graphic thing, remember? Back in the day.
But wasn't it one of them was Jim, right?
I had Jim and his wife. Because it's too obviously good.
It is good. Do you think they'll fall for that and give us what we want, or do you think we'll get someone new?
I'm hoping they do, man. And they like Jim wants the part, give the Jim, dude.
Yeah. Does he want the part? Has he said that?
I think so.
That'd be awesome.
And I got Johnny Storm as that one dude from Stranger Thing, the brother, the mean one.
Oh, okay.
Also the Red Ranger in that movie.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, he would be a good Johnny Storm. Plus, he's already torqued.
Yeah, and then I had the thing be I don't know his name, but the dude from Game Night, the police dude. He's also in Friday Night Lights too. He looks like a Matt Damon. It's not.
Oh yeah, the big four-headed guy.
Yeah.
What is his name? He's in a lot of things. Yeah, he's a pretty good actor too.
Yeah, he'd be the perfect thing, dude.
Because he already has a giant weird forehead.
Yeah,
perfect. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness will tie in with both upcoming WandaVision and Sony and Marvel's third Spider-Man movie. The studio also confirmed that Benedict Cumberbatch, Doctor Strange, will be appearing in a still unnamed Spider-Man sequel.
Another sequel?
Another one. Yeah. Over on the Lucasfilm side of Disneyland, Disney announced roughly 10 Star Wars series coming for Disney Plus, but it also gave us some early details on a few of those series other than Star Wars projects. Additionally, they said that they would be doing a final Indiana Jones, which is right now in pre-production and releasing in July of 2022. Disney is getting 2 new Star Wars shows that are spin-offs from The Mandalorian. Rangers of the New Republic and Ahsoka. All 3 shows are planned to have crossovers, and so they'll all be interconnected with each other. We've already met Ahsoka, And I think it's fair to say that Rangers of the New Republic will unfortunately be headlined by Cara Dune. What's her face? What is that lady's name?
Gina Camiliano.
Gina Carano. Everybody's like, oh, she's this, she's that, but I don't care about her personal life. She's a freaking terrible actress, unless I'm wrong.
It's just the tweet she did. It was done.
I don't even care about that. Yeah. I just care that she's a terrible actress. And like, you're telling me you're going to put a whole half-hour TV show based around her?
Oh. Yes.
And they've clearly been hinting it already because we learned in The Mandalorian that she was become the marshal. And so, yeah, she's going to be in charge of all these Rangers. I wonder if Bill Burr's in that show, I'm in.
Probably. I mean, they're going to recruit him to become one of the dudes.
Don't you think? I feel like that the Rangers show will feature probably people we've already seen. We just don't know that they're going to be part of the Rangers yet.
Yeah, what you don't know is The Mandalorian is basically a pilot for everything.
He's like the school bus driver for Star Wars kids. You spoke about how you finally got to see the Bad Batch.
Yes.
In Clone Wars, they've announced that they're making Star Wars: The Bad Batch, an animated series about the Bad Batch of Clone Wars that's debuting exclusively on Disney Plus, and they had a trailer for it. It looked pretty damn good.
Yeah, and what's interesting about the Bad Batch I didn't say earlier is like all the regular stormtroopers, they're very like they're all very strategic, right? They kind of like this is the plan, this is what we're gonna stick with. But since the Bad Batch is kind of like spontaneous, like Anakin, right, they just kind of do whatever they want, and that way it kind of like screws up with the enemy's minds.
I think it'll make it really fun too, because they don't react like normal clones. So even though they're clones, they have their own personalities along with their own singular talents. Star Wars is also introducing Andor, which is based on Cassian Andor, Rogue One's Diego Luna. This show will come out in 2022, and it's going to kind of fill in the blanks of his character before the Rogue One show. Honestly, of all the ones on here, it's the one I maybe am least excited about, only because we know what a sad finale homie has.
Yeah, me too. I saw that, I was like, do we need this? Like, what is he filling the blanks of? Like, do you care for what he does before? Because in the movie, he was just like this like butthurt guy all the whole time,
And maybe though it'll be good because kind of one of those things. I bet you when Clone Wars first came out, we all thought, do we need this? And Clone Wars for me, once it was out and I watched the whole thing, it made the prequels that much better. Like those movies were always kind of like bleh. And then Clone Wars filled in so many gaps that when you go back and watch the prequels afterwards, you're like, okay, these weren't quite as bad as I thought they were. Maybe I didn't think Rogue One was a bad movie, but it was kind of depressing. It was a little slow for a Star Wars film. It didn't have all the jokey stuff that I'm kind of used to. Maybe this show will fill in these blanks and make it so like when you watch Rogue One, you're like, oh yeah, I like it. Now I feel extra sad when freaking he dies.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of got me a little excited about that because they kind of show you the process of them doing it, how they're showing all these costumes and all these like animatronics sort of thing. So it brings you back to the Star Wars world. But
what's cool about it is they said that they spend just as much money and as much time crafting the stuff in the shows as they do in the movies.
Yeah.
And it's being produced by Diego Luna. So,
really?
He gets to make it himself. The other new Star Wars show, one of the many, is called The Acolyte. Is that how you say it? You agree? Acolyte?
Yeah.
I don't trust it ever since I said Isla instead of Isla Fisher. So, The Acolyte, a Star Wars series helmed by Russian doll creator Leslie Headland, set in the High Republic era of the franchise, is also coming to Disney Plus. So, is the High Republic the brand new stuff?
No, that's the old school stuff, right?
It's the real old school stuff?
I think so.
Okay. I believe you because I have a hard time remembering all this. Like, I'm a Star Wars fan that doesn't pay enough attention to all the different gimmicks.
Yeah.
And the timelines.
I'm not much of a lore person myself, but I think it's the old school stuff.
Yeah, because I just like to show up and watch, people with lightsabers and blasters. But yeah, so I don't know if I like that one or don't like it because I have no idea on that particular show what to expect.
Well, you could expect more Jedis, so that might be cool.
That might be cool because they haven't really given us a show full of Jedis. It seems like a lot of the stuff has been Jedi free.
But then again, for me, not much of a Jedi fan because they're too like strict to the rules, man.
Yeah, that's the beauty of Ahsoka and what's his face, because they're
Ezra.
yeah, Ezra, they're more gray Jedis versus like the to the rule Jedis.
That's why one of my favorite memes and was Anakin talking to the senator, or Palpatine.
Yeah.
And he's like, Anakin, come to the dark side. And Anakin's like, can we F?
Yeah.
And then Palpatine's like, yeah. He's like, I'm in.
I'm in.
Because Palpatine totally did it because spoiler, that's how Rey was born.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So we also learned, or we've known that they're making an Obi-Wan Kenobi series, but we learned that Hayden Christensen, oh man, this kid hasn't acted since the original Star Wars, is going to return as Darth Vader. On a scale of 1 to 10, where does that sit for you?
I think Kenobi is probably my number one.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's really cool.
The lightsaber battles, man. Part like the second time. Let's go.
Nice. They're also introducing a droid story, which is a new project on Disney Plus, which will feature a new hero alongside R2D2 and C3PO. So that'd be interesting. We're getting Star Wars Lando, which is what they're calling an event series. I noticed that they're having a lot of these that are only going to be on for basically they said, let's make a movie, but we don't think enough people would come to this movie, so we'll chop it up and call it a TV series. So it's basically a mini series.
Yeah.
So Lando will be interesting, and I'm so hoping that the way they do it is we get both Billy D. Williams and Donald Glover. And what happens is you got Billy D. Williams saying, well, when I was, and he starts telling the story, and he goes,
Yeah.
Does one of those fades, and we get Donald Glover. Dude, I will. Let's go.
Lightsabers up.
Yeah, full lightsaber for that, because I think that would be cool. And then this other one I wasn't so sure about, but it sounds kind of unique. Star Wars Visions is an upcoming anime anthology series coming to Disney. So they said they've hired all these Japanese animators to make different stories each time of Star Wars lore.
That one is like the most curious about.
What do you think? Like when they say that it's going to be anime, what do you expect from it?
Well, they say anime, and they got Japanese artists doing it, so I'm expecting to be anime,
like legitimate anime versus Disney-fied anime.
Yeah. Have you ever seen those like X-Men anime?
No, are they cool?
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Like Wolverine's like, super badass.
Yeah,
like slicing everybody up.
I don't watch a ton of anime. This would probably attract me.
Yeah, and like how the Jedis are based on like a samurai, sort of thing.
Yep.
So I'm kind of want to see how that looks in their view.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what it is, because the closest thing I've ever seen like this was that Joker anime style.
Yeah.
Him and Batman were like straight up like samurais. It was cool.
Yeah.
So on the movie side of Star Wars, they've also announced a bunch of new movies. Wonder Woman's 1984's Patty Jenkins will be directing the next Star Wars movie, Rogue Squadron, and that's due out in December of 2023. And so they had what they call a featurette. So rather than showing any kind of stuff, they showed her kind of like rollerblading around an airport. But her story was good. So like the way they did it was a little cheesy. Like she like secretly changed into like a flight suit and all this kind of crap.
Yeah.
But the idea that her father was a pilot and that she's always wanted to make like a Top Gun style Air Force movie, and then she gets to do it with Star Wars, that's pretty good. And I'd have to say that Patty Jenkins has built some collateral with me as a fan, because she's done such a kick-ass job on those Wonder Woman movies.
Yeah. I'm hoping that she gets Mr. Kim back in that.
Oh yeah, bring out Mr. Kim.
Yeah.
Who did you know on Andor? So yeah,
Andor cool. Blew up.
It's like, homie, everybody's dead. Get out of here.
Who'd you lose?
Who'd you lose? I lost everybody, dipshit. They all died.
You're crazy, Mr. Kim.
So yeah, that movie looks cool, and it's a non-Jedi Star Wars movie. So we'll see how that goes. Well, I guess they could squeeze a Jedi in there if they really wanted to.
They should. For me, I want to see Jedi every time.
Yeah, and so then they also teased us with Untitled, Taika Waititi, whose name I can properly pronounce now after many tries.
Yeah.
Movie announced last May, but I guess it's already in development. So they haven't told us what it's about. They haven't given us a title. We don't know who's in it. But
I
they know
know.
that we all like Taika so much that we'll be like, yeah. If you're guessing, what do you think that it even is? I have no clue.
Yeah, I have no idea, man. Like,
If he makes a Ragnarok vibin style Star Wars movie, I might just lose my mind. It's gonna be
it's like,
incredible.
yeah, they're gonna tie it into any of the stuff that we know now. It's gonna be like a whole new story or what, you know?
I've been wanting forever for them to create, because I mean, Star Wars is this huge universe. For them to say, "Hey, this is happening in the Star Wars universe, but it has nothing to do with all the stuff you've already seen." I would
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah. It's called Star Wars, you know, the whole galaxy, dude.
Yeah, you got a
The
whole
whole
damn
galaxy.
galaxy to work with. You don't always have to connect every single person to the last person. It'd be okay, like if they never once even mentioned a Skywalker. That would not hurt my feelings at all.
He's the chosen one.
He's so chosen. Okay, so that kind of wraps up everything they talked about for Marvel and for Star Wars. But because it is Disney, they announced a lot of other things too. So on the Disney animation side, they talked about the Raya and the Last Dragon, which we talked about that trailer a
Yeah.
few episodes ago. That premieres on March 5th of 2021 on Disney Plus, which I'm so excited. But they're still doing that premiere access thing where they're trying to charge us for $30. I'm hoping that with HBO Max giving away their movies with Warner Brothers, that it may have to shake the heads at Disney to where they think twice about hitting us for $30 for a service we already pay for.
Disney's gonna get so like burnt by the Asian community. Like, we paid 30 for Mulan. Now you want us to pay another 30 for Raya? Like,
They're like, what the hell is this?
yeah,
It does seem a little sketchy.
I know, man.
They also announced Baymax, a series based on Big Hero 6 that's arriving in early 2022. Nah, it looks okay. It looks like your typical kids Disney show. Zootopia Plus, a new series based on Zootopia, of course. That's hitting streaming service in 2022. Tiana. And we all remember Tiana from The Princess and the Frog. She's the one of those princesses I never thought got her due. She's pretty cool. So she's getting her own show in 2023. So it's quite a while before you get to see her and her singing frogs. The long form musical comedy series Moana is hitting Disney Plus in 2023. So we're getting a Moana TV show. And Incinito, a new series set in Colombia. Music written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, you know, homie from the Hamilton stuff. And he's developing that. And Iwaju, an original long-form series made in partnership with Coolage Media, is premiering on Disney Plus in 2022. And I don't really know too much about that.
Yeah.
So the next thing we learned about was Pixar is actually doing Disney Plus TV shows. So we're finally gonna get all this money we've been paying into Disney Plus back. Pixar has never done a TV show before, so this is really cool. They've done shorts here and there. You know, usually they play them at the beginning of the movie, and then they'll replay them on Disney Plus. But we're getting a new show called Spark Shorts, where each episode has a different story, kind of like those little ones that they do. Burrow is the first one. It arrives on Disney Plus on Christmas, so that one's coming really soon. That's here in a week. Pixar Popcorn are shorts featuring iconic Pixar characters, and that's going to start streaming in this January, so that's cool. Doug Days, we remember Doug? He was the dog from Up. Yeah, that premieres in the fall of 2021. We're also getting
Doug Days. That's so funny.
Yeah, Doug Days. The nice thing about these is they're gonna be that high quality Pixar animation. So I think I'm more excited about that than the 2D animated stuff. Cars is also getting a series. This time it's following Lightning McQueen and Mater. That's coming in fall of 2022.
What do you mean this time it's following them? Like, did it not follow them the whole time?
I don't know. That's just reading what it says. Win or Lose, Pixar's first original long-form animated series about a middle school softball team is coming to Disney Plus in 2023. And I read about that on another website where they said, win or lose, each episode, it's the same team of kids competing in this playoff series, but they tell the story from each kid's perspective. So each episode is the same story, but from a different perspective. And I guess it's pretty unique. Pixar also has a slew of new movies coming out. The first one being Luca, a movie set in Italy about a boy named Luca that hits theaters in June of 2021. And then this is the one that I thought was kind of funny because it was trending on the Twitters. Lightyear, the origin story of Buzz Lightyear. And here's the best part. They dumped Tim Allen, and now it's being voiced by Captain America himself, Chris Evans. And that's hitting in the theaters in 2022. What do you think about that?
Well, the thing is, like, people are freaking crazy. They're like, Tim Allen's is Buzz Lightyear. And then it's funny how, like, Chris Evans had to, like, come defend himself saying, this is not the toy Buzz Lightyear, okay? This is the animated dude that the toy is based on. So it's like, what's going on?
Yeah, everybody was getting so butthurt, and I agree. Tim Allen is the voice of Buzz Lightyear, and so like, oh my god, it's so funny. You get all these like red MAGA hat guys that probably have never, like, bro, are you watching tons of Toy Story? And he's like, oh, I'll never watch again. They just don't like Tim Allen. Rah, rah, rah. I'm like, dude, settle down. So yeah, I like that Chris Evans came out and said, hey, listen, I'm not playing the toy Buzz Lightyear. I'm playing the dude the toy Buzz Lightyear is, made from. Yeah. So I think it's cool. Everybody can relax a little bit.
That tweet got people all like messed up. Like, what? I don't get it. But they're still both animated. Like, dude, you guys are that's idiots, man. I swear.
They're like just melting their minds. And lastly, we have Turning Red. It's about a 13-year-old girl going through puberty that transforms into a giant red panda.
Yes, I like red pandas. They're so cute.
Yeah, so she turns into this red panda when she gets overly excited, apparently, and that's in development.
Okay.
And because Disney owns everything, we also learned about some stuff that they're doing for FX and Hulu. So they've got some new series coming out there. Will Smith and Chris Hemsworth are going to be starring in a series for National Geographic, because some of you know by now that Disney owns National Geographic. They also own Ice Age. We mentioned at the beginning. They have a brand new Ice Age getting a spin-off series starring Simon Pegg, the one and only Simon Pegg. Disney's making a new Disney Plus spin-off starring the Weasel character from the movie series Buck. The movie titled Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild will star Simon Pegg as the voice of Buck, and that premieres in early 2022. And then I heard that they are going to make a TV show on FX about Aliens, the movie's Aliens. I'm like, let's go.
What do they do? Like the origin of it or something?
I think they could probably tell, some other stories of when maybe space people have ran into the aliens that aren't necessarily based around Ripley, because it was kind of her thing. She had her duel with the alien all that time. So I think that it'll be something like that.
I think that'd be kind of cool. I enjoyed the Aliens series.
Yeah, they were always super good. And that's it. That's all I had. But that's so much stuff from one company when you think about it.
Wait, aren't you forgetting the one that they're gonna do about your Ducks dude that saved that one kid?
The Ducks dude that saved the one kid.
Yeah, at the high school. Remember?
Oh, was that something they're making? I never even heard about that. It's not on this list.
Oh, well, I heard from my sister. She was telling me that, so I'm not sure if it's real or not, but it's what she's told me.
And it sounds like, that story is the most perfect feel-good story ever. For those who don't know, God, what is his name? I'm trying to remember his name, but I think it was the
Kurt Lyle. No, not I know. No, I forget his name.
I forget his name too. So a former player of the Oregon Duck football team, he graduated, but he wasn't good enough to be an NFL player. And so he ended up getting a job at a local high school in Portland, Oregon. And a kid rolled into the school, like unfortunately happens, ready to start shooting the place up. And he managed to talk the kid down and get his weapon from him, and really saved a lot of people's lives. And it was like one of these few heartwarming stories, that we've had in a while, because everything's so garbagey anymore.
Yeah.
Keenan Lowe?
Yeah, Keenan Love.
Yes, it came to me.
He did it.
I did it.
Yeah, it's crazy. They got that on like camera on footage too, so that it's
Yeah,
pretty
maybe they'll
cool.
cut in like have people acting, then cut in the real footage like they do sometimes. Yeah, I never even heard that it was being made into a movie, but if I've ever heard a story that feels like a Disney movie, that's the one.
Yeah. If it does, you're like, I know that guy. I've seen him
We've
play.
seen him. I've seen him play several times. So, yeah, that's super cool. I did not know about that, but that's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's it. Do you have anything else? Any hot takes you want to like drop on the people before we wrap this bad boy up?
No, I think I'm just looking forward to Ahsoka and Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Squadrons and What If, as well as Loki. I think those are the ones I'm kind of like I'm torqued on.
Oh, and Willow.
Oh yeah, we didn't even mention Willow. I gotta see some more Willow before I get excited because I don't know. They're bringing back, I guess, a lot of the original characters. They gotta be like 80 years old apiece. So I'm curious to see how that works.
Yeah, and what was the dude's name again? The Batman dude?
The Batman dude, Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Really?
No, not him. The other one.
Oh,
Wilmer or no.
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
Van Wilmer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Val Kilmer. Are they really bringing him back?
I don't know, but he was in the movie, so I don't know.
Have you seen what he looks like now?
Nah,
He looks like a melted Kardashian. It's the weirdest thing you've ever seen.
they should like have him in Top Gun and just that Tom Cruise just burns him.
like the Nazis and Indiana Jones. Okay, well, I think melted Val Kilmer is the perfect way to finish the episode. So we wish everybody a good one. I'm hoping we'll have to see how this works out. We might be able to get one more episode in before Christmas. If not, we will see you guys all after the holiday.
Yeah, I'm excited because you're gonna look so good with your new camera.
Oh yeah, I'll put my new camera on, be like 10K definition like you, so that'd be dope.
Yeah, we're gonna say farewell to your cool background.
By then, hopefully too, my room will be even more decorated because we got all sorts of stuff we're trying to do.
It's kind of like we can make a morph video of a transition of your room.
Yeah, totally. All right, everybody, we will see you on the flippity flip. Bye.